Warning, the following show features stunts performed either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, everything spicy and the producers must insist that no one attempt to recreate or reenact any stunt or activity performed on this show. Hey, here I am. Hey, everyone, how you doing? I am Phil, and this is Everything Spicy. I didn't adjust any of that very good, did I? You looking up at the ceiling and the old toilet drain pipe going down there, and no, you don't look at that. You don't look at me either. But hey, you came here. It's not, you can't blame me if you have to look at me and you came here. Can't blame me for that. No, you cannot. You cannot blame me for that. You came here. So great to see everyone. It is a Monday night. I got a little rumbly in my tummy. I just about half an hour ago got done eating a Trinidad Moruga scorpion pepper that I got from my friend Nelson at Craven Capsaicin. We've been doing some TikToks this week. He sent me a bag full. He sent me a box full. I don't know, probably good 30 peppers or so. And we're getting down to the last, 8, 9, 10 peppers. And we've had some doozies in there. We've got some peppers in there. I had this one, Dragon's Breath. Probably the hottest one I've had in a while. That one got me up to a 7 on my heat scale. Most of these have had me, a couple of my videos you'll see, some of these had me right around a 6. A 6 kind of seemed to be like what I seem to think a Carolina Reaper was heat level for me wise. And it's funny because like the last 2 days after doing these things for a week now, the last 2 days, they haven't been as spicy, and I've been doing some of the hotter peppers in there, and they haven't been to the level of what I think they should be based on the names, based on my previous experience. But again, my spicy tolerance is up in a week, right? My eyes are watering less when I do them. My nose is running less, still running like a faucet, but not as much. So this has been fun. It's been a fun week. I feel like I gotta eat all of these things on camera. That way, I get to show people what I can do with those, and I can show. Actually, been doing really well for me on TikTok. I've picked up over 1,000 more subscribers, more than doubled what I already had, and it's doing pretty well. So for me, anyways, again, I'm having fun, just having fun doing this, man. It is it's amazing. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, right? I mean, we come on here, we drink, we have a good time and everything else. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, is doing the spicy stuff. And now that I got that, a little bit of that fear behind me, if you haven't done something super spicy in a while, you get a little bit of that apprehension. And I wouldn't say maybe fear, a little bit of apprehension about, do I really want to take a chance that something is going to burn my poor tum-tum, or maybe lose an hour or two of sleep, or there's apprehension behind it. Yeah, again, you get apprehensive. So I've been doing these peppers, and it's getting easier and easier as we go through, and I want to keep doing them. So hopefully, if I can't get any more from Nelson, hopefully there's some other creators out, some other people out there growing peppers that I can get some from. And of course, we'll like I do with my buddy Craven Capsaicin, and every one of my TikToks has got his name on the TikTok. So the entire time I'm doing that video, everybody sees this, so they know where they came from, they know who to thank for doing that. And Nelson's a great friend, lives real close, never met in person. He's I'm a little off-putting. I'm not as pretty in person as I am on camera. I must be much prettier on camera. And so he kind of is afraid that, maybe there's some gore or something when he sees me in person that would completely freak him out. So we've actually never met except for, between Facebook and all that other stuff. So, hey, I see a lot of you guys are talking to one another and talking to me in the chat. So I'm going to say hi to people in the chat. So we're going to start off here with Gary Loves Great Food, my friend from Jeff's Famous Beef Jerky. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. We got Harry the Metal Music Maniac. Had to share this out on YouTube. Broken is not up. Reminder anywhere, but had to search your page name and share. And what kind of English am I reading that wrong? Had to share this out. YouTube is always broken. It's not showing up as a reminder anywhere, but had to search your page name to share and. Okay, very good. And Twisted Art ladies here, Sam. What's up, Sam? Good to see you, girl. Mr. Great Shot, Sam, we got to get together on. I don't know if you got that stuff done, but we'll get you paid and get those lovely tiles that you've made for the channel. I appreciate it. Mr. Great Shot is in the house. My friend, my bourbon drinking friend, Mark is here. Good to see you. I did say hi to Joe W. Life Adventures. What's up, Joe? Good to see you, my friend Chaucer, Fox at Outdoors. Oh, and I do want to say something to Joe. Joe just retired. So he said he gets his old man pay now, and now he can retire. And I know he's always kind of struggled and whatnot. And it's great to know that Joe is retired. Congratulations, Joe, man. I'm happy for you. You know, I hope sometime in the not too distant future, I'll be able to retire. I want to wait till I'm 64 in 10 years, you know, once there's a little government money, Social Security coming in. So all my retirement savings isn't going out. There's something coming in. Then, yeah, I can kind of gauge what I got to do for the rest of my life, right? I'll bring you up here in a minute, okay, Jeremy? You can hear me? Yeah. So I just want to say hi to everybody because 21090 is in the house. What's up, Todd? You rock, man. Great channel, 21090. You guys know who they are. Everybody that hangs out here, hangs out there. Great to see you. McNeil Entertainment is in the house. What's up, McNeil? Entertainment. Good to see you, Mayberry, my brother. Good to see you, Mayberry. Good to see you. Says Spicy is production manager, cameraman, executive producer, cast producer. Yeah, pretty much all the above. I think if you're a YouTuber that isn't over 100,000 subscribers, you're pretty much doing it all on your own. You know, if you're lucky, you got a co-host or someone that you do stuff with. Because I tell you what, doing this solo is okay, but it'd be nice to have someone sitting beside me that does it with me and has some input and things like that, like Todd and Andy. They both got input. You bounce stuff off of one another. It's a good time. That's why I like having people up on the panel with me, because then I can bounce stuff and you have a good time. So Jerry J is in the house. What's up, Jerry J? Good to see you. And my brother from Kentucky, Peppers Country Club, is in the house. What's up, Peppers? And we got Mr. Fulton is in the house. What's up, Fulton? Good to see you, man. Let's see. Rebecca Felter is here. Good to see you, Rebecca. Let's see. Anything. Max Air 420. What's up, Max Air? Back at you, bro. Oh, let's continue to scroll down. Gary, Phil, what do you want? Carolina Reaper? Anything you want to send me, you want to see me. Again, TikToks are fairly short. Not quite as what they were on YouTube. But most of the stuff I did here live. I've been getting used to doing these little shorts. So that'd be awesome. So Kitty 303 is in the house. So Kitty, good to see you. Kitty, here come Kitty. Oh, geez, let's see. Scroll through everybody. Make sure we say hi to Bourbon. Everything spicy. Let's get real, Phil. It sucks doing this solo. Yeah, it can. Again, if everybody comments in the chat and comments to me and stuff, it makes it all go, makes it go. But without further ado, I've got a friend down in the basement. Let's see, do I have something I can use to introduce my good friend here? This is a guy that's been around with me pretty much since the beginning. One of my mates or my friends that's been burning with me. That's my good friend. Oh, shit, where'd he go? I must have clicked on the wrong button. Did I kick you out, Jeremy? Come back. I kicked Jeremy right out. I must have clicked on the wrong button. Come back. Don't forget hit the thumbs up. Okay, let's be really real. Video editing solo sucks. Did I kick you out, man?
No, that was all me.
Oh, it was all you. Okay. I think I did. What I do?
No, the internet sucks.
Oh, that sucks, man. I mean, that's one thing I've been lucky. I mean, last couple months though, I've had a little bit of lagging going in here, but I got usually 2 to 3 kids here hooked up through the Ethernet cords. Always gaming. My wife's usually on her phone, and then I'm not hooked up to an Ethernet cord here at all, and I usually do pretty good with just streaming. So
Yeah, I'm on an old router. It's probably about 10 years old, so I just need to update, help keep up.
very good, sir. So how's things going for you, man? I see your TikToks every day. I see what's going on. I mean, you've been doing really well. Obviously, your TikTok is doing better than your YouTube did. But you know what? Hey, you're putting almost daily content on TikTok, which obviously makes a difference, right?
Yeah, and you were talking about the 3 minute limit, and once you get past like three, look at, I don't know, 1,000 subscribers or 3,000, they bump that up to like 5 minutes.
Oh, do they?
And so I've got about 12,000 now. I'm getting about, I don't know, 50 daily in the last couple of weeks. And so once you hit 10,000, you get 10 minutes.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
yeah, they don't want anybody with 1,000. They don't want anybody with 1,000 subscribers. Okay, they don't want anybody with 1,000 subscribers on TikTok boring you for 10 minutes. See, you can have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and you can bore people for as long as they'll stick around, right? We've seen people go live.
Yes.
Whoops. We've seen people go live that shouldn't go live and be on there for hours. And again, there's a certain bunch of people that'll stay in there. So I see people with 3, 4, 5 subscribers that'll hang out with them the whole time and have a good time. That feels good. I got that nice warm feeling down in my belly. I decided to wear this shirt today too, right? Cramps are temporary. On the back it says "Be Victorious." This is one of my things in my Teespring account. One of I've had a few sales with this shirt. It has done pretty good for me. So Peppers is saying he's seen his Jeff's jerky everywhere. Of course, it's Jeff's jerky. But Gary is the man. He is the purveyor, the guy that is all about the hookup. Here we go. What's up, Raymond? Whoa.
What you
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good.
When I say, and I might say things like you do, Reverend, I say, my friend, I mean it.
Yeah.
I might give you a hard time on here, but it's only because we're friends. I always tell people,
you're not the only one that gives me a hard time. Groovy does too. So
yeah.
I
always tell people, if I don't like somebody, I don't give them a hard time. I won't talk to them. I am with that. Is just one thing with me is if I don't like somebody, I wouldn't put them up on panel. I wouldn't talk to them. I wouldn't anything. I give the people I give the hardest time to are the people I'm best friends with. Even like at my work, there's people I get along with really well, and I razz them.
I've seen those videos.
Oh yeah, yep. And again,
hey, Tone Ranger.
Those are my friends at work, man. And you gotta have friends wherever you go, and you gotta have friends at work and everything else. So, what's up, AG Born Jamaican? Good to see you, man. I try to be a great guy, Twisted Art Lady. I really do. I try. You see, so I've been lucky in keeping, for the most part. I mean, I think I'm like 97, 98% drama free on this channel. As far as
depends on who you ask.
I don't trust TikTok as much as people think that TikTok is one of the greatest apps. It's not.
No, I mean, I know the government apprehension that TikTok is a Chinese company and that China is using TikTok to infiltrate America and get secrets and everything else. And I just think that's all just hoo-ha. But you know what?
I wouldn't really say anything on TikTok's a secret.
Right? I wouldn't say anything going. You can get information anywhere you want to. Anything social media, Twitter.
I've had people tell me the same thing.
Facebook.
Oh yeah.
YouTube and everything is all showing all this type of data and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to just be China. It could be Russia. It could be your own government. Knows more about social media.
Big tech.
Exactly. So, But yeah, it's all cool. It's all cool. We're gonna get it. We all get on here. We all have fun. No one's got any. I don't have any secrets to hide. So, if there's something they can find out from me through TikTok that I haven't already said the last 3 years I've been on YouTube.
Well, Phil, at least you're not like in what they call YouTube prison.
Oh,
YouTube prison where they boot you out.
Beavers.
Where they don't allow you to stream for a while.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I've never screwed up that bad. Look at this beard. I haven't seen this guy in a while. That mustache is getting bushier. That beard filling in. Are you going to be at your local mall, Santa Claus, doing having a little kid sit on your lap, or you're getting the Santa Claus status, bro?
Yeah. It's starting to get a little gray. It's not completely gray yet.
Well,
Not like Raven over there. He's got the gray going on. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I still have a little black in there and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
he still got some.
He fills out the length, but not the girth, not the fullness of a Santa Claus beard. And then you got this wannabe guy. He's only got a little gray in his beard.
Yeah, it basically left here and went down here. Oh, a little salt and pepper. Yep.
Yeah,
it'll
also go right here too.
Mine started right here, and it's kind of just spreading around. It hasn't made it up to here yet, but it's working on it. Won't be too long.
Well, see, when I was like swimming a lot, sometimes the chlorine really kind of.
Oh yeah, it'll bleach it out.
Mm-hmm.
When I was down in Florida for years, all this it all turned blonde.
Wow. Yeah, the sun will do that. I know when I was stationed in Hawaii, my hair got pretty light. Didn't get blonde, but it got pretty light. So.
Well, when I was a baby and 5, 7 years old, something like that, I had white blonde hair. It was real blonde.
Yeah,
you can kind of.
That all changes as kids. Kids. What are you sipping on there?
Oh, this is just old 101. But I got my Bastard's Ball Glencairn.
Oh, okay. I
made it to the Whiskey Tribe, the Bastard's Ball Saturday.
Nice.
That's cool.
Oh, it was fun.
I want to answer Jerry J's question here. Not that I can answer his question. Jerry says, "What is your secret for soil regulation? Keeping everything balanced."
Yeah.
Again, I don't have a secret. So if there's any secrets out there, it ain't coming from me. My first year, I had a guy that was a really good botanist that growed medical marijuana that was giving me some advice. But at the end of the day, which I say a lot, at the end of the day, I was just adding nutrients to my water every other week when I was watering my plants indoors. And once I had them outside, I didn't give them any nutrients. They were still in pots, but they would get their nutrients from the rain and the stuff that came out of the sky. So I wasn't giving them any nutrients. And I had pretty good plants my first year.
Yep. Yeah, so, peppers I've seen, kind of if you neglect them a little bit with some crappy soil, they tend to do better.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
They do like to be stressed. They do like to be, times without water to where the leaves start to wilt a little, and then you hit them with water again. That does, from what I understand, talking to people even before and even now, is the more you stress out the peppers, not, get them close to death, but the more you stress them out, the hotter the pepper will be. Maybe not the more they'll produce. I don't know, but
that depends.
Ed Curry talked about that one time, and because he's trying to get his numbers bumped up, and he says, "Well, we've tried stressing plants out, and it only bumps it up a couple 100,000."
A couple 100,000 is a lot. If you take a 1.2 and make it 1.4.
Yeah, because people were saying, with the Reaper averaging 1.6 million-ish, and then the hottest ones are 2.2, and he was making the claim, well, you can't get that by stressing them out like that. So I don't know how he did it.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling the burn, but I know it's down there. How it is when once you eat a pepper, even if you feel something going down in your gut, you're like, oh, there's a pepper down there. That must be the pepper causing that. But I tell you what, when I started this at the beginning of last week, definitely can tell a difference between eating them the first week and then eating them now. The last 2 days, definitely peppers that should have been a lot hotter than they were, or I should have had a lot more reaction, have been less. But I got 2 of his dragon's breath left. So that was the second pepper I ate the second day, and that put me up to a 7. So I'm going to be curious to see when I get down to the end of this bag and I go back to those dragon's breath, just exactly what my my reaction is once my tolerance is up there again. So I wouldn't say my tolerance is back to where it was when I was at my best, but I mean, when I was at my best, I was growing my own peppers, and I was eating 5, 6 peppers almost every time I went live, and that was 3, 4, 5 nights a week. So
okay. So it's the thing of building up your tolerance to it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you get used to the pain. If you hit yourself on the back of the hand first time, it hurts. You get used to it. After a while, you got to beat yourself harder on the back of the hand to make it hurt. I guess I don't know. That's kind of the same way it is with the peppers for me, and it's kind of how you build up your tolerance. That's not as painful anymore. So, when you do something again, But again, I had a lot of peppers that season, and we got we were doing crazy stuff. I remember doing the Bites challenge, and I did 8 boxes of those things versus Johnny Scoville, who did 7 out. Kind of proud of myself that I beat that guy on a challenge like that. So,
is there anything that helps with the like with the gut problems and stuff like that later, like Pepto Bismol or anything like that? Would it help?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do a lot of those things. I haven't been lately. I haven't had anything that was a super big challenge lately. These peppers are a bit of a challenge, but I mean, for me, the challenge with the peppers is just not feeling uncomfortable or feeling miserable later. So, for like these daily things, I don't know about Jeremy here, but for like these daily pepper things, I just grab a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah.
And before I do my thing, I eat like half of a Greek yogurt here. I eat my pepper. I let it peak. I let it come back down. I let it sit there for a little bit. And then I eat the other half of the Greek yogurt. So so the pepper is kind of sitting on top of Greek yogurt, sitting on top of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And then we throw some more Greek yogurt. So if you take the pepper and chop it up and throw it in the Greek yogurt, it wouldn't be as hot as eating it off. So that's kind of how it goes through my system. So I really haven't had any experience with any fire hose or any ring of fire in the morning with just eating a pepper or 2 a day. I know if I increase the number of peppers, or if I were to do a challenge like we've done, like even a death nut challenge, doing a death nut challenge, you might get fire hose or something like that. I mean, I don't know what's your experience, Jeremy, with all of that stuff?
Well, I have tried lots of different things, and of course, every chili head knows that capsaicin is hydrophobic, doesn't dissolve in water, and the best thing to use for it is full fat dairy or anything fat like avocados, good stuff. But I couldn't even tell you what I prepped with because the last big challenge I did a couple months ago was the solar flare challenge, and it's not that bad, just 1 box. But when you do 2 of them, it made it a lot worse, and I tried everything, full fat milk, and it still wrecked my stomach for about a day and a half.
Wow. Yeah, I've never had anything last that long. I know with the Nemesis was probably my worst as far as how long the effects went on. And I did that one at like 5 o'clock on a Saturday. And I kept, I drank some of the milk. I probably drank a half gallon of milk. I was like, I'm not drinking any more freaking milk.
I don't know if you ever tried the 2022 one chip challenge.
No. Yes, I have.
Where it turned blue. Where
and he did 3.
Yeah.
I got it.
I mean, it's not really anything to brag about, but I was the first person on TikTok to do 3. Now, a couple days later, I could ramp it up, and that's cool.
You got the whole case of them.
Yeah, that's 10.
10.
Well, and I don't know when I'm going to do these, but I will tell you, and I probably should have already done them because, the Packy thing usually lasts a few weeks, and then nobody really is searching Packy stuff anymore. So I probably should have already done them. But I'm going to do all these peppers and get all these peppers out of the way because when pepper season is over, That's when we have to do stuff like this. That's when chili heads, if you're going to make content, we have to go to the stuff with tincture. We have to go to the stuff with pepper dust in it. So you're doing snacks and treats and all these other things to try to get on here to, kind of prove. And it's hard with that kind of stuff because, people don't really know how hot that stuff is. You could say people say that little nitro is 9 million Scoville. Kiss my ass. It's got 9 million Scoville extract in it.
Yeah.
But it's,
not. I've called out so many people on that.
It's not 5 times hotter than a Carolina Reaper. Are you kidding me?
Well, because I saw Chadio did it too, did the one chip challenge.
Yeah.
A lot of people done it, and it's like, oh, the taste is not great.
Right.
No, not at all.
And for normal creators that aren't, on here doing spice stuff or call themselves chili head, that's a challenge. There's nobody in my house that'll touch that damn thing. My boys
would.
Yeah. There's a gal that I work with that her son, he's probably like middle school age, and he wanted to try it, so he talked his mom into buying it. He took like a little bitty bit of the corner off it. He's like, I can't handle this. And so she brought it into work with me one day, and it's like, I know what I'm doing with this one. I'm messing with Cam.
The hottest thing I got around me is those little chili pekin peppers, the little native Texas peppers.
Oh, those are good, aren't they?
Yeah, they're actually quite tasty. But I'm not really so much of a chili head so much, so I don't eat a lot of those. I have turned on quite a few people to them, and I send some to some of my buddies in like Seattle, and where is it else? I send some to Illinois and
a lot of that bikins is really the hottest. It's not. It's like you gotta always wear a mask at times because if it's dried out real good, it will literally.
I've still got a box of about 50 of these things sitting here next to me that I got to do something with. I think now that I get my maybe I get my tolerance up, we'll do the 2022 because I don't think I had my tolerance where it needed to be to do the volume of these that I wanted to do last year. I think I thought I could just go in there and mind over matter, right? I could handle the spice, but the mind mattered, and I got 17 of these down last year. And when I did the very first one of these last year, I knew I was in trouble because the very first one was coating on top of the coating with coating nuggets. I remember that video that I did. And the very first one, and none of the other ones were like that, but the very first one was like that. And that very first one had me thinking, oh, fuck, I just screwed up. And I was going to do
a lot of these short videos where they said this guy knows he fucked up.
Yeah. At this moment, he knew.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize some of these. You got to read the instructions. You got to understand that if you're not in a condition to be able to handle it, I wouldn't suggest that people try it. Because people are trying to get me to do it, and I tell them, hell no.
Yeah, I would tell you not to do it specifically.
Yeah, if you got ulcers, no.
If you got any problems,
I'm not like. See, I do a little bit of spice stuff. I mean, but it's not as spicy as what you guys do. Because I'm not really handling all the real spicy stuff. I mean, I would probably be in more trouble than a lot of people would expect.
Well, people
I'll tell you, a lot of people say different things about the heat level on this year's Pocky, and to me, this year has been more of a gut bomb for each one that I've done.
Well, that was what was with 2021 too. They took that activated charcoal off of there that everybody complained about, made them taste like shit, and the activated charcoal they had on there was helping to prevent the gut bomb when you did 1, 2, or 3 of them. Now that they've removed the activated charcoal from the chip, the last 2 years, that shit goes right to your gut. So,
that don't sound like fun.
No, but again, as long as you got your stomach protected, if I were to when I do these 10 Packy 1 chips, I'm going to start off with some Pepto-Bismol, coat the stomach, do the peanut butter and jelly, probably do a full thing of the Greek yogurt and have a full one on standby.
Yeah.
What's up, E-Waste? How you doing, man? And then if necessary, I have gummies here that I could, if the pain gets bad, I can always eat a gummy and
There you go.
just chill out for the rest of the evening. It's legal now, so.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times.
Now I've been using
is where
CBD
you are.
oil lately.
It's not legal here in Texas yet.
No,
I
What
figure
is
maybe in the next couple of years.
it'll be legal coming to a state near you.
Yep. Oh, there's states near me that are legal, but near is a relative term here in Texas. Because I'm kind of in dead middle of the state, and anything that I want to go to as close is like 4 to 6 hours away.
But
It's
you're still in
near.
Texas.
Yeah, and I'm still in Texas in 6 hours.
That's like
What do you mean by legal?
Oh,
marijuana?
legal. Yeah, marijuana will be illegal. It's not legal here yet.
No.
I think the CBD stuff is.
Yeah,
as long
because
as it
CBD doesn't have
any-
THC in it.
right.
Yeah, as long as
Or
it doesn't have
very
THC or like a micro dose of something or so of THC.
Right.
It can have that and be legal.
Yeah,
Other
'cause
than that, no.
Your blue states were legal with this stuff before your red states will be. I live in a state, Michigan, here, where even though Trump won this state in 2016, it's pretty much being a union state, pretty much been a blue state for a long, long time. So those are the first states that legalized it, and then the other states will come along. It might take them a little bit of time, but they'll come along. It's
Like right
I mean,
now,
I'm from Kentucky, and back there, marijuana was one of the cash crops. Now, granted, it was illegal, and it's still illegal there, but it was one of the main cash crops besides corn and
So
soybeans and
moonshine.
things like that, and moonshine. Oh yeah,
I wish I could get my hands on some real moonshine, not this store bought stuff that they've dumbed down
Yeah.
and everything, and call it shine. I want some straight out of some old man still that they put in those plastic milk jugs and set out
Yep.
by the side of the road under a rock for someone to come get. That's what I
Yep.
want.
yeah. I've had some of that. It's quite tasty. Some of it. Now, some of it, not so much. But I bet. Actually, I didn't even meet the guy, but it was a really older guy from Land Between the Lakes that he'd been doing shine for probably 40 years or so, and his shine was really good. It was super smooth. He knew how to cut it right and everything else, and it was quite tasty.
Yeah. Again, I'd like a good one. Again, all this store bought stuff that you see.
Yeah.
And most of that stuff isn't really that. I mean, again, we got bourbons with higher proof than that moonshine, right?
Oh yeah.
So
Well, I mean, a lot of the bourbon that you get nowadays, it all starts out like moonshine. It's basically moonshine until they put it in the barrel and they age it for 2 to 4 years. Then it's bourbon.
all right.
So that's what it is.
But the moonshine's usually much higher proof. What they're putting in those bourbon barrels doesn't start out that high, does it?
125,
Okay.
and then what you're getting is moonshine is usually around 100, 110, maybe.
Oh, okay. But not like Everclear is like almost like straight
It's,
moonshine. It's like
yeah,
150.
Everclear is 190. That's like
190.
vodka level.
Yeah. So
I mean, because I think they can distill vodka at about 180 proof.
okay. So I always thought moonshine was like Everclear as far as you're going to be 180, 190. You're going to be up.
No,
High
it's
rate.
way too hot.
It
You
tastes
can't even drink
like
it that way.
shit. It tastes like shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just nothing but burn.
Yeah.
It's straight up. You go
straight up
alcohol, ethanol. It's like that's nothing but ethanol. This is 101 proof. It's wild turkey.
Hey Sam,
It's a good
Well,
it's a good little
hello.
pour.
What's up, pretty
Hey,
lady?
Sam.
How are y'all? I've been missing y'all.
Oh, well, I haven't
well.
been live. I didn't go live last weekend and really haven't been much of anywhere. Watching videos and doing TikToks lately. So
I mean, I've been living my best life, honestly, myself. I haven't been live in more than a month, probably, I think.
yeah, you got all live and monetized and everything else, and
And
just
then I
kind of
just stopped.
yeah.
We'll have to
There's
talk about that later.
there's the drive to get your subscribers and get your viewing hours and get monetized, and then And then sometimes once you get there, it's like, yeah, it's like, all right.
I mean, I would like to go live. There's just a lot of things, in the private life and, in the YouTube life too. There's just a lot of things going on. I have some great things going on behind the scenes right now, actually.
That's awesome.
Well, if you guys ever notice that you can put a little heart with a little dollar sign on it, they could still send you money on that.
Oh, that's true. So he's talking about super things. Yes.
Yeah, I've seen those.
How you doing, Raven? How you been?
I've been doing good.
Miss you, man.
What's up, Gawani?
I just haven't been. I personally haven't been live for a while because they cut my YouTube live stream for a while.
What do you do?
We all can come and go for whatever.
Well, see, it's because what I did is they literally said, well, you gave out misinformation about everything. And I talked about these things so many times that a lot of people don't realize they're not really misinformation. It's what YouTube deem as misinformation. That's what I'm saying is a lot of people got to be careful what you say, too, also.
Well, I don't think necessarily we need to be careful what we say, but when you're on YouTube's website, you have to go by their rules kind of thing,
Well, again, we know what's misinformation today. A year from now, maybe true information, right?
Right. I agree with that completely.
And they don't want it to be true. They call it misinformation, and then down the road, I mean, I'm not going to go into specifics, but we do know if you watch the news that some things have been misinformation. So
what I did is I literally try to tell them that it's not always misinformation.
Called out YouTube.
And plus, it's illegal for YouTube to censor people under the First Amendment.
They will anyway. Same as Facebook.
They're a private company, so it's not illegal.
Exactly, it's not illegal.
No, it is. It is very illegal. A lot of people don't realize that.
From what I understand, they're a private company, and they can do.
Yeah, but so they always have the government's back, because the government literally tells.
Oh yeah, there's a guy. There's a guy that a famous legend in the chili community told me about. A guy on, I guess he lost his Twitter account because of misinformation, and so he took Twitter to court and sued him, and found out that the White House was involved on it. Said, you need to shut this guy up.
Yep. Your government can do that, man. Your government can do that. So. And it's a shame because even you had what was it, Joe Rogan's thing, where the Facebook dude, what's his name? Basically said that the FBI came to him. There's some Russian stuff that you want to stay away from, and they basically did. That was the disinformation on the Hunter Biden laptop. So they didn't specifically say to do anything. They didn't specifically say what it was. They just vaguely said, "Hey, this is what's coming down the pike," and they did what they did. So,
Dog, I completely agree with you. There are a lot of things that you shouldn't talk about on YouTube because that's what they want, and it's their company. They have the right to. That doesn't mean that I love it. I'm just saying.
Well, see,
the bottom line is.
Yeah, the thing is, a lot of times people don't realize that if you have the government involved with these private companies, they're no longer private. They're not going to be private anymore. They are called a public forum for a reason.
Yeah, but I've been shut down on Facebook. They put me in Facebook jail for a month, and I was just an admin on a different Facebook page. I wasn't even saying nothing, and I got shut down for a month just because I was an admin.
I used to have a Facebook page that had more than 20,000 followers on it. It was a meme page, and I posted terrible things. But I was always in Facebook jail. That was the first time I ever got in Facebook jail, was because I was on that page. I ran that page, and it was my post that was taken down. And that's the first time
you're going against our community standards, are you?
I know, what a jerk. So,
well, see the community.
I'm always in Facebook jail now because I like to toe that line, you know.
Sure.
I just got out of Facebook jail 2 days ago.
Oh, really?
I'll tell you this. It happened to me too on Facebook. So I'm just saying, don't really get mad at these companies, because what these companies are doing, technically they can do it, but it's technically illegal.
Well, they can though, because you know what? If I'm running a stream on my channel, for example, and I don't like the way someone is acting, I can time them out or hide them or whatever. And that's just me moderating what I own. And YouTube is only doing the same thing. No, I'm not defending them.
No.
I'm only saying, as a company, they do have a right to set their own standards.
Raven, what you don't know is YouTube is a private, or YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, they're all private companies.
No, they're not, Phil. They're
private companies with a public domain.
They're privately owned.
Big tech. They're not.
They are privately owned.
I'll tell you the reason why a lot of people think that they're private is because they were also involved with all the government. See, if you're saying that they are private, it's not what people think.
Okay, but again, if they blocked people and took people off, then that would be against the law, and everybody would have a lawsuit, and they'd have to stop doing it. And they don't stop doing it. So, and obviously, if they set the community standards, not the government, not anybody else, if they set the community standards and you violate the standards, you don't have freedom of speech on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, any of that stuff, because you can't just say whatever you want, because they control their platform.
Yeah, but if it's a government that's involved telling them to do that, that's illegal.
Well, that's illegal, yes.
Yes.
When the government tells
that would
them
make us not free.
When the government tells them to censor stuff, that's I forget what they call that.
Yeah, I'm not saying
we can't have anybody pushing against the narrative.
Yeah, you cannot. You can tell them that what they're doing is illegal. But when you have the government doing this,
later.
Thanks for letting me hang out, Phil. I'll talk to y'all later.
Oh, Mr. Great Shot. Bye.
Yep.
Take care, Gary.
See ya. Good to see you again, Twisted. I'm out though.
It's good to see you though too. Have a good
time. You see, take care, man.
Yeah, the chat went down a road I didn't want to go down tonight.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We should go down a different road.
Oh, you're right.
We should have a happier chat. Yeah.
No, I mean, like I said, how's everybody like you go on YouTube and you say things, you're saying good things about what's going on. You enjoy your life, and a lot of people say, well, they can do what they think they can, but then they realize that if you don't have a forum that's like free for free speech, and you put all this information about everything online.
Again,
where does the line come?
I'm sorry, Gawani. Hello, my dude. How are you doing?
Oh, Gawani.
I'm sorry, Raven.
Hey, Gawani.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
I just don't want anyone to think that I'm.
It's hard because even when I say hi to Gawani, I say hi to people that just joined the chat. A lot of times there's someone on the panel talking, and I kind of say hi, Gawani, or I say hi over other people talking, and they don't know. People don't always hear it too.
Yeah, Gawani, it's good to see you, and thank you for tagging me. I did see that. I really did. I saw you tag me. I'm sorry. Hello, my dude.
So Tone Ranger, you got anything you plan on doing in the near future that's a big deal, or just continuing? Not this, continue to do what you do. Obviously, is a big deal every day. It's one of those things that draws people to your TikTok. But
I don't have anything huge. Maybe just a few small things here and there. Kind of reiterating what was already said. I've not been in Facebook jail yet because I'm a pretty decent fella, and but on some social media platforms, I've lost many a video because I've been called a bully and abusive, and you know why.
Oh yeah. Well, you call people out for their bullshit.
Well, that's right. I mean, that's one of the things you cannot do on social media is really tell the truth.
Well, you can't bully people. So if someone gets on there and does something completely false, and you know it's false, you pretty much in their chat, you can't call them out on it. Now I don't know if you can do it on your own videos and whatnot, call them, but in their chat, in their stuff, they seem like they're pretty strict about that.
And there's a way that they can get around that too, because a lot of these guys will have 10, 15, 20 million followers, and you can go into your settings and say only the people that follow me can comment, and so you can weed out a lot of trolls that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, when you got guys that claim to be better than everybody else at what they do, but they're completely clueless as to the products that they're using. And one guy has a bottle of hot sauce and said, "This is plutonium," and I said, "No, it's not.
Right.
Here's plutonium."
Yeah.
And
Mad Dog 3, just because it's got Mad Dog 357 on the label, Mad Dog 357 is a company. It's not. So anything that says Mad Dog 357 on it is not plutonium.
No, it isn't.
So.
Well, see, it's like you got to weed out a lot of these other stuff too. A lot of times you try and figure out why so many chats, and you've seen this. I don't know if you've seen this.
What's up, Mojo?
But I've seen a lot of these people that are coming on chat and start posting websites.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that either. So.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, it's like these bots, like these totally bots that people are saying, well, Russian bots or whatever, doing that. It's like crazy.
Yeah, and I'm not all sure about the Russian bots where they say. I think that a lot of that stuff is horse hockey. I think there's bots out there. I think the bots out there are just giving you more subscribers, and they're for making TikTok or like Twitter. We found out about Twitter. We found out there's so many bots in Twitter, and Twitter is using that to boost the number of people that subscribe to Twitter in order to make it look more valuable to their stockholders and to advertisers. It wasn't to stockholders really; it's more to their advertisers. They, if we got 100 million Twitter users, you could charge X number of dollars for advertising on a channel. Well, in actuality, you got half of that number. Then obviously the price of advertising would go down, right? So they were kind of fibbing on stuff like that. So, but again, I want to get away from this whole, talking about this stuff. And again, I don't think people or come here tonight to watch this or talk or necessarily.
Yeah, I think they want to see, because they haven't seen you for a while, Phil, and knowing that you like to do all these hot stuff challenges and.
You know what is a really good pepper that I got from Craven Capsaicin? I hope this one's got a crack. It doesn't. It's these Star Kiss peppers. Let me put you guys to the side here just for a second. These little buggers are good. I know Jeremy's probably had one of these Star Kiss. I think.
No, I haven't.
No?
Nope. And I got a lot of my seeds this year from Jimmy Pickles. And like a week after I bought the seeds, he released some of the King Star stuff. It's like, dude, if I'd have known that, I would have waited.
Look how beautiful that is.
That's neat. That's really cool.
And you know what? Listen to this. I'm gonna bite this in half and listen to this pepper. This has got a thick skin on it.
I can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Still, and this is a week old, with probably a few days in the mail. But still, got a nice thick skin on it.
Well, the heat. It looks like you're like starting to feel the heat a little bit, aren't you? Because sometimes when you have
the back of my throat.
Yeah, when someone sends something like that to you, doesn't the capsaicin go up? Like the heat index?
I don't think I think the longer these peppers sit around, the hotter they get. But
Like if you don't water them for a while.
well, no,
I think
even
it's
like once they're picked.
once they're picked. I have not heard that, but I'm no expert.
Now, fresh jalapenos, when I get those and they're nice and crisp, and I cut them up and put them on a pizza or just eat them, they don't seem quite as hot as the one that's been sitting there for a week. It's starting to get a little wrinkly and whatnot. Most people would throw that away. I eat that. I like it on like a pizza because it seems like it's a lot hotter. So that pepper that I just ate, what I've been doing, this is what I've been doing on my TikTok. That pepper that I just ate has got me at about a 3. Now, it's not, I would say it's about habanero heat.
And that has you at a 3?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, your habaneros are what?
Habaneros
hotter than
are
a
spicy.
jalapeno?
You know, an R3 is not like something really crazy
They
either.
should be spicier than a Serrano.
Oh, definitely spicier than a Serrano. Yeah, absolutely.
Serrano's spicier than a jalapeno.
Yeah. Now this one, just like the other
Serrano.
one, very little mouth burn. It's all
I
in the
love
back of the
Serranos.
throat.
Well, that's where it mostly hits you because of the juices and
Be right back.
stuff, right?
Katie, OMG,
What's
how
up,
are
Katie
you,
girl?
my
How you
dear?
doing?
Hey, Katie,
In a
Good
minute,
to see you,
Katie.
girl.
why don't you come on up? I haven't seen
Yeah.
you for a
All
while.
the placenta and the seed content. Well, I did for a brief second there,
So-
Jerry.
That really struck me when Jerry said that. So peppers has placentas. I didn't know that.
Peppers have what?
A placenta.
Spankings don't teach me nothing.
Hold on a second here. Let me mute Jeremy. So peppers have around the top of the pepper, especially anything you see on the inside of a pepper that's white is placenta. Placenta is where all your heat.
Really?
Yeah,
I
placenta is
did
where all
not
your
know that. So I know that that's where all the heat is. I didn't know that it was called a placenta.
yeah. And then of course everybody says, well, the seeds make it hot. Well, the
No,
oil from the placenta
no.
are on the seeds. The seeds are attached to the placenta.
Yes.
So naturally,
that's
by
a
being
fact.
attached
the white
to it,
part in the pepper is the hot part. If you want to take the heat out of a pepper, you got to cut that white part out.
well, that takes
the
some of it out.
internal stuff out, and the seeds don't really matter very much. There's a little bit of heat in the seeds, from my experience, and I am an experienced cook, by the way. But they're most of the heat is in that white membrane. I did not know that it was called a placenta. I learned something today. I'm excited.
And the funny part is like I said, the seeds. You know, when people say the seeds are hot, the seeds can be hot because in most cases, if it's an oily pepper, a lot of your super hots are oily on the inside. You get that oil on the
and
seed.
the oil is the spice.
It's the oil on top of it coming from the placenta that makes it hot. So
Right, and the oil is the spice, but most of that oil is in that placenta, to be clear.
I'm going to show you guys.
So some of the oil can be on the seeds, and some of the oil can even be on the insides of the pepper itself, but most of the oil is in that white membrane. If you're ever cooking and you want to take some of the heat out, most of the heat out, you have to cut that white bit out.
And never on the outside of the pepper. You can take a Carolina Reaper and not open it and not have it cut anywhere. You can rub it all over your face. You can rub it in your eyes, whatever, and you're not going to get any kind of burn. But if it's got a little bitty cut in it where the oils from the inside can get on the outside and get on your skin, God help you. So,
Katie,
so looky here.
I was not planning to stay up here very long, but I am sitting right here and waiting for Katie to get up here after she's done cooking.
So that KS Starkness, I'm getting a little bit of a nose run from it. My eyes are probably watery, right?
A little bit.
I can't tell if I don't have my glasses on.
No, I can tell.
Just a little bit, yeah.
But no tears.
No.
No tears. And then again, that's about habanero heat for one of those things. I want to say they say they're 300,000 for a King Star. So good pepper, very, very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pepper. And I want to again. Can't thank the guy enough, Craven Capsaicin Nelson, for sending me those because it's definitely helped me mentally with my spicy journey, get back into that game, and definitely helped me to pick up my TikTok followers and things like that. So yeah, I can't thank the guy enough. So, but it's still a good mouth burn. Again, it gets you up there, and then now I get to just to sit here and feel that for another probably 5 minutes or so, and it's just. I tell you what, I won't do. I won't add any of this to what's going on in my mouth right now.
I don't think so.
That's a no. That's a bad decision. Is to.
I seen a few people.
You
I
can
seen
believe it, but straight alcohol, no.
I seen a few people do that. They drink alcohol after they eat something like that. They think, oh, I can. It can. No, it
Well,
doesn't. It gives you the opposite.
that was Jimmy after when he did the fifth death nut. He just did it solo one night. I wasn't around. Only heard about it, and yeah, he was none too happy in the guts area. So. Yeah, I think Jeremy had someone come home, so not even close to ear action. Anything else less than $1 million is easy, doable. Right. I mean, that's it, right? I mean, Jerry with all these peppers and everything, is anything that's $1 million Scoville, you should be able to handle heat wise if you're chili head, with a little prep in the stomach, so you're not killing yourself, you're not killing your insides. I tell you, Nelson was telling me that he went and had a pepper on an empty stomach and did a video, and then went to Taco Bell, and while he was he did a video about it. While he was in the line at Taco Bell, he was basically cramping up so badly, and it's like, you think you're good, you think you're great, you're doing awesome, and you think you got a tolerance, and as soon as you get lax, as soon as you think, well, I don't need as much prep as I did the day before, or I don't need this, or I don't need that, that's when you go through the whole cramp thing. And I tell you what, I tell a lot of people, if you're going to do, especially a challenge, if you're going to do a spicy challenge, prep like it's the spiciest challenge you've ever done. And
I made that mistake with a 7-pot Primo a couple summers ago.
Yep.
Ate it too late after dinner or lunch, and boy, that thing wrecked me in the gut.
Yeah, I did lethal injection. That was a habanero extract late one night after prepping and doing a challenge, and then 2 or 3 hours into my live stream, it's like a half an hour before I'm going to kick off, and I'm like, let me just try this. And I go to squeeze a little out onto the spoon, and my idiot brain just keeps pumping the whole thing out into the spoon. So I take this whole shot of lethal injection into the spoon, and yeah, that was great. But about 5 minutes later, it's like, all right, people, I got to wrap this up because I had to go, put shit in my stomach, because at that point, 2 hours after eating, most of that stuff was out of my stomach, and it went right to my guts, and it was like, ugh. And again, I've had those feelings before, and I don't like them. And again, that's why I've been apprehensive about the peppers and doing a bunch of things lately, is feeling that feeling again. But again, as I'm getting my tolerance back up, I kind of have a feeling of what I've got to do.
I don't know if you saw this, Phil. Chadio had a little alcohol as well as some other that hot sauce with the skull.
Yeah.
And he drank it, and he is like, right now, he was right down on the floor after that, because a lot of people don't realize alcohol and these hot challenges don't always mix that well.
Well, no, I mean, you got.
Go ahead. Good.
Yeah.
Capsaicin is alcohol soluble, so I mean that's basically how you extract. That's how you make tincture. Dehydrate pepper, soak it in alcohol. It extracts the oils and kind of breaks them down. And
I'm breaking them down right now.
But I don't know. But they also say that, like you said, beer, it kind of helps get rid of the cramps too. But I don't know.
Well, Jerry J, you are a better man than I. If you're doing challenges on an empty stomach, you're a better man than I.
Yeah, me too.
I have done stuff by mistake on an empty. The only thing I've ever done on an empty stomach, I did do a package chip in 2020, and that didn't affect me on an empty stomach. I was at work. I went out to the car because my friends were doing it, just to do it along with them, and they all prepped for it and everything else. And I just went out there and ate it. And those ones in 2020 weren't much of anything. That's why I was able to do 34 of those. Although when I did 34, I would say they're much of anything, because if you watch that video, I snotted all over myself, all on my sleeves and everything else, doing those 34 chips. So I mean, you do a certain number of anything, it doesn't matter, what the heat level is. If it's hot, it'll continue to build. So food grade ethanol.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you try to even drink that shot glass of that. What was it that you had?
Well, we've done some hot sauce and shot glasses. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the one that literally started giving you more of the cramps. The one that you were not prepared to, that you thought,
I drank one of these store-bought things of hot sauces. I bought 2 of them. They looked like in little pint whiskey bottle type things. And I was, getting ready to chug my 5 bottles of hot sauce for the League of Challenge thing. And I grabbed one of those bottles one day, and I prepped, and I chugged that thing down, and no big deal. And, the next day I grabbed the other bottle, and I chugged that thing down, and, I was laid out on the floor for like 2 freaking hours, man. And it's funny because it was different, because even the bottles, with the one that gave me all the cramps, it was all oily on the inside of the bottle. That never went away. The other hot sauce was like a normal hot sauce bottle. Basically the glass became clear on the top with a little bit of. So whatever was in that second one is what fucked me up, because I stayed here on live and basically was on my chair and on the floor over here for 2 hours while people were coming into my live going, "What's going on?" And Sty and Ann and Sam and everybody was telling people what was going on, making sure I was still alive.
Yeah, several months ago, there's one guy that I work with that we kind of go back and forth on stuff, and he hasn't been doing much lately, just health concerns, and kind of same with me too. But at the time, we were taking spoonfuls of what was it, Tabasco Scorpion, and it's pretty warm for Tabasco, and so ended up he sent me a video where he did a whole shot glass of it. And I said, you're not going to outdo me on this one. So I did it too, and said, okay, we'll call it a draw now. And about an hour or so later, it gave me a pretty nasty gut bomb, but I held it in, and I said, how did you handle it? He's like, yeah, I purged. But to this day, as far as hot sauces are concerned, Elijah's Extreme, they have this Extreme Regret Reserve. That's the hottest natural hot sauce I've ever had.
I don't think I have the reserve. I had
1 spoonful, 1 teaspoon, and it lit my throat up like a pepper does.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, if you can get that out of something and it doesn't have any extract, I hope if they had extract in it, they would say they had extract in it, right?
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys, we are at the 1 hour mark, a little over 1 hour. And I'm going to call it a night. I do want to thank Jeremy for hanging out with us tonight. Samantha, thank you for being here. Raven,
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here. Guys out in the chat, I appreciate y'all coming, talking, being part of what's going on. A lot of this doesn't go on without the people in the chat and the people up on the panel. And I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for showing up, hanging out, and making this a good night. Maybe we'll go live sometime during the week and just do a surprise live, and maybe you guys will come hang out then too. So, I want to thank you guys. Keep it spicy.
You bet.
Keep it spicy.